Why did Chalamet lose the Oscar for Best Actor? Let's talk about it. For those who don't know, Chalamet had won the Best Actor Oscar for his performance in Marty Supreme at the Golden Globes and also the Critics' Choice Awards. Of course, now we know that Michael B. Jordan ended up winning the Oscar for Best Actor for his performance in Sinners. Now, before we get into this, I'm sure a lot of people watching this might just believe that Michael B. Jordan did a better job in Sinners than Chalamet did in Marty Supreme. And if you believe that, that's fine. Maybe a lot of Academy voters also believe that, and that's the only reason why he won. However, history has shown that the Oscar campaign that the studio puts on is actually very influential to whether or not someone or a film actually ends up winning. So given that, let's unpack some of the reasons why this might have happened. Oh, and also, I know a lot of people thought that his comments on opera and ballet damaged his chances. Those didn't actually gain traction until voting was almost over, so I don't think they were a factor. One thing that Nate Jones highlighted over at Vulture is that Chalamet is a little bit overexposed in our media right now. As he writes, since Wonka opened in Christmas 2023, Chalamet has essentially been on a never-ending publicity tour for movies like Dune Part 2, Complete Unknown, and now Marty Supreme. So there's just a lot of Chalamet in the air, and sometimes people can get tired of that. But it's also important to think about what type of campaign Chalamet ran. As Nate Jones put it, when an actor starts gunning for an Oscar, they have two basic options. They can run as an I am my character campaign, or they can run an I'm not my character campaign. For Marty Supreme, Chalamet went whole hog into I am my character. From the jump, his strategy was to intentionally play up the most Marty-like aspects of his star image. That started with this viral video that is a fake marketing meeting between A24's marketing team and Chalamet, where he plays a version of his Marty Supreme character.
I think culmination, integration, like all of us, and fruitionizing, which is not a word, obviously. When I think Good Time, which obviously came out after, Robert Pattinson, shwat! When I think Uncut Gems, Adam Sandler, Tiff, standing ovation, shwat! I'm thinking big, you know what I mean? This has got to be like one of the most important things that happens on planet Earth this year.
Highly amusing video, and it definitely captures the dynamic in one of these marketing meetings where there's a big fame and power differential between one of the people in the meeting and everyone else. But I think it's also very possible to watch that video and think that that is actually Chalamet's personality. There was also his stunt where he appeared at the top of the sphere showing the Marty Supreme opening date. Now, I just want to be clear, as marketing activations, these were successful. Marty Supreme made over $170 million worldwide and is A24's most financially successful film of all time. But compare this kind of conceited, hard-charging persona that Chalamet is putting out with the one that Michael B. Jordan is putting out for his campaign. Jordan's approach was a much more conventional campaign where he came across as very unentitled, very humble, and very willing to uplift those around him. Check out his speech from the Actor Awards.
I wasn't expecting this at all, and I'm so honored and privileged to be nominated in categories with people and actors and humans that I love, and I love their work and what you contribute to our craft.
At the New York Times, Kyle Buchanan writes, Chalamet was a conspicuous no-show at some industry events like the Smoozy Governor Awards in November and arrived late to others. And while some of his braggadocio during the campaign felt more like viral marketing, given that he seemed to be challenging his Marty Supreme character's almost self-grading confidence, Chalamet failed to clearly communicate that approach in the press. Eventually, voters soured on what they perceived as his entitled attitude. That's probably what it is at the end of the day. They didn't like his persona that he's putting out there, and they decided that by making him wait a little bit longer for the Best Actor Oscar, he might learn some valuable lessons. But I do think this whole saga is an interesting look into how stars craft their persona and how that can backfire sometimes. Do you think Chalamet deserved to win Best Actor? Let me know what you think in the comments. This is David Chen. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like or a follow. Thanks.